Live and we're back. We had nobody wanted to stop talking. We could have kept going, but we wanted to come back together as a group, talk about some of the things that we discussed in our groups. I can't wait to hear from the commissioners and all that they've learned tonight. Barbara?
Right, and so look, before we do that, we're so fortunate, we're here at Domi Station, our community incubator and co-working space. And who do we have here but the executive director, so I thought.
My pleasure. I think a big part of what this community is all about is this space here. If you're not aware, now Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, as long as the staff's here, you can work for free out of this front space.
Wow.
Just keep in mind that behind these doors is for the members who are paying to keep their stuff here. We welcome you to be here all throughout the week and take advantage of the high-speed Wi-Fi and be able to communicate as a community and be a part of this incredible space. We also have Domi Awards coming up. If you're not familiar with that, that's on March 30th, 5:30 to 8. We have the founder of Priceline, Jeff Hoffman, coming in to be a keynote speaker, and we'll be, nominations are open. So we're nominating incredible individuals in our community, and we'll be highlighting them at that event. So feel free to go to domystation.org. Right on the main page is the little image of Domi Awards. You can go there and it'll have information on how you get your tickets, how you can nominate, and we are looking for sponsors if you know anyone's interested. But with that, I think truly at the core of what we do, we're all entrepreneurs. If you want proof of that, walking in that door is a good sign that at one point in your life you knew how to overcome a problem and struggled with it intently. If you were watching a child, it is incredible to watch how they problem solve, iterate until they come to a solution. That's what Domi is all about. That iteration, standing up, falling, and then having a community around you to help you pick you up and try again. Thank you for being here, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Problem solving, like you're talking about someone starting a business, they're starting a nonprofit, but it's also starting an effort. Or just solving a problem. Because we're going to be trying to solve some problems, and they may not include business, they may just be a community effort. But still, Domi Station is a dynamic environment where you meet different people, you collaborate, you connect. So I just think it's a super important place, or just the whole concept of collaboration for what we can do together. But we were always collaborating and sharing our thoughts and ideas on the two concepts we were talking about. What sort of things individually are needs that we have to help us reach our goals and our ambitions. And then collectively for women, what are the three things that we think would move our community forward for women collectively? So we're just going to start here. And if each commissioner can kind of just give a brief overview of, kind of your takeaways from your great keyword, right?
Very engaging conversation. I have Ms. Pamela Ridley, thank you. This dynamic woman who has owned her business for over 30 years and has just sustained all of that. So when we talk to and Doris Strong, excuse me, this is Doris Strong, so just two dynamic women, and three things that would help us, collectively, individually, better realize our ambitions included time management, more effective time management, but we also talked how important it is to be true to yourself, having self-care, self-love, and giving back or paying it forward. So those are some of the individual things. And then when we talked about community engagement, we talked about more collaboration and networking, especially dealing with other women in the community. We talked about getting involved, even identifying resources that things like community calendars and things like that, so we're not working against, not so much against each other, but we're doing things at the same time, right? Youth involvement was definitely a major topic. We talked about breaking barriers, especially things like cultural barriers. We're women, but sometimes we get into our own silos. So we talked about being able to break that down where we are really being collaborative and working with one another and sharing our wonderful experiences and sharing our cultural differences, right? And then we talked about shadowing and mentoring programs for each other because, you have someone like Ms. Pamela, who has all of that experience and knowledge to be able to share that. Just to talk about how you maintain the business for 30 years, right? I think that's like amazing. And then lastly, we talked about empowering each other and lifting one another up.
No, you don't have to hold it up, no.
So in my group, we had 2 undergraduate students, I won't call them names since we're live, and then Laura and tell me they Allison, and shout out to them because they were doing something weird.
Can we just give her a moment to say that? So Allison, like, this is a woman-founded brewery. Can you just?
Right, so we are a majority-owned, women-owned brewery. It's 4 families that are starting it together. And Laura and I are 2 of the partners in that. Amicus Brewing Ventures, and it's going to be down near Cascades Park and Gadsden and Gaines and the historic Waterworks.
What are we gonna do on March 1st, on our first Wednesday, excuse me, I said March, I didn't mean on May 1st.
May 1st, we are hoping to host y'all there, assuming I got power and electric and plumbing. Yeah, we will be opening in summer, but we want to get you guys in to see our renovation.
Oh, excellent.
And what are you all?
Can you just say?
I'm also an
Did you say general contractor? General contractor? So you're a woman in construction and skilled trades. And how is a great field of opportunity?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's a leading question.
That's amazing.
All right, so back to you.
Yes. So it's very interesting because we have 2 women who are in their career, and then we have 2 young women who are soon to be emerging young professionals. And I think both groups in common have they're looking for more opportunities to be involved in the community. So I thought that was very interesting, or just more opportunities for growth and development, training, employment. So there's that gap and there's that need that was present amongst the entire group. In terms of the priorities to advance women in general, cost-effective childcare came up as one topic. Again, more training opportunities and connecting women within the peer group. Improving safety and access to feeling safe. So one story that came up was just being able to go to a gas station and having to drive around town until we as women feel that we can get out the car and pump gas, and that's not very much that's not something that happens very often on certain sides of town. So again, creating opportunities for us to feel safe to simply pump gas. And then last but not least was creating more opportunities similar like this so that we can connect as women, as peers, and network and meet each other and have a great time. So that was mine.
Okay, I'm gonna go next because I have to leave a little bit early. All right. Oh my gosh, I have so much to share,
Yes,
guys.
you do.
I have so much.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So we talked about mentors in both ways. We loved how we mentioned that earlier. Women gathering and sharing ideas. Specifically, Tiffany called it a mastermind group, or Morgan called it a mastermind group. I had Tiffany, Morgan, and Whitney with me. I love that name. It's kind of a cool name. And having an accountability partner. I loved that, right? Like getting a buddy. Yeah. So good. Yeah. I'm just so excited. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Knowing that there's a community supporting me was really important. Meeting women with a shared vision. So having the same like goal that you're working towards. I think that's really great. And then knowing that you're making a difference. I really appreciated that. Like knowing that it just allows you to be motivated and moving forward towards your goal was such a great thought by me. You matter. And what your work is doing matters as well. I mean, just awesome. And then for women in TLH in general, accessing money, low interest loans was the first thing we mentioned, access to education and technology in the home specifically. So access to Wi-Fi and all of our devices, if you're able to have that. really can level up your business or your goals. And then a barter system or like a collaboration for like a
Well, we said that in our group.
I said it first, so we get
You're getting the credit.
I know, right? Okay, so yeah, a collaboration for a bigger impact, so we can all benefit in a bigger way. And then we talked about focus groups. I really liked this one. Focus groups in different sides of town, geographic focus groups, because every side of town is impacting the whole Tallahassee community. And what's going on in my side of town may be different than what's going on in your side of town, and we should all know about it and share ideas about, oh, maybe we should bring that back and see if that works over here or not, or that kind of thing. I really like that idea. Focusing more on high school girls. There's a survey specifically for like relating to career weeks that really impacted Whitney's career now. She had someone come in and that's what sparked her initiation and our idea of going into the fashion industry. So I really liked that. Career week in high school, I like circled that. And then also, last but not least, I really loved this idea is increasing the availability of doula services. It's very very specific.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, very specific.
I have a doula and I'm
Yes.
very blessed.
Yes, very
Yes.
pragmatic for
Yes.
Stephanie right now.
Yes.
So I just really like that specific goal and idea to share. So what a better way for women to come together. It's awesome. My group is awesome.
And I'll go next, only to piggyback off of Katie, because my group said the same thing and the exact same thing, which was wild. And I do have to step out a little early as well. But I had Tamika, Felicia, and Robin. And Robin, did you come with the other young lady that had the bartering idea? So she actually had the bartering idea, exchange of resources, whether in different ideas would be like if you need some housekeeping, but you are good with typing or maybe bookkeeping, you can exchange those resources and not have to spend money. So that was one idea. But the collaboration was also a very huge piece that the ladies in my group felt like we needed more, and events like this actually support that. Another key word that Felicia gave was support. She runs many businesses and ventures. Y'all know Felicia? Okay. Y'all probably been to her restaurant. They got some good food over there. They do. And so, but just talking about the level of support, even from something as minor as liking someone's status or sharing their event on Facebook or Instagram, you are helping more people learn about what they're doing in the community. Tamika mentioned mentorship, which was very huge as well. Like it was exactly what Katie said. So mentoring, whether it's professionally or personally, or just being there to encourage someone in the next steps in their journey. Funding, being able to sponsor each other's events, being able to support or maybe buy a ticket to someone's events. So not always having to fundraise, but maybe we can just help each other through some funding. So we did mentorship, funding, collaboration. I feel like I'm missing one. We did bartering. Yes. So things like this, where we as women can come together to support each other's events, know what each other is doing. If I know like Women Wednesdays, they're always posting what other people are doing. So that's great. I don't know any other place where we kind of get that information in one. Yeah. So that's what we talked about. I think we're on the start of something really good with supporting women, because sometimes, you know, it could be, I don't want to say jealousy or something like that, but we have to get, okay, man, let me talk on it then. We have to, I'm not going to talk too much on it or preach, but I think we need to celebrate each other and encourage each other. And let me tell you something, the little things count, whether it's a handwritten note or an inbox in somebody's Facebook or IG, or like I see Felicia every day posting. If I see it, I gotta love, like it, comment, because she really speaking the truth. But I know that also encourages her to like, you know what? Somebody is seeing what I'm saying. They are seeing my events. So when you're scrolling, so that's my homework for somebody. When you're scrolling, just I like to love, because that show a little extra. You can wow if it's really amazing, but you're really encouraging somebody in what they're trying to do. And that's what we talked about, encouragement.
Until 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
9 p.m.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
No social media.
Yep, yeah.
Yes, great
I-
advice.
I had the opportunity to talk to 3 amazing women. I think everybody knows Bree from Bree Safe. I have Miss LaTanya, who I work with on a professional level, on a community level, as a friend, and just a wonderful person. And then, am I saying it right, Samora? Simona. Sorry, but she is amazing. Okay, she is amazing, even though I wrote it down wrong. So, write 3 things that would help you better realize your ambitions. We talked about collaboration, okay, collaborating with each other and networking, even events such as this, being able to sit down, talk to other people about the amazing things that they do, building bridges, okay? Oftentimes, we need to look at what can we do to build a bridge to get us to where we as women need to be and where we want to go. And then equity in so many areas. Equity for safety. Bree was talking about some of the challenges that she's faced with her wonderful company, but what can we do to provide equity in all of the places to make sure that we all stay safe? And then very briefly, what are the 3 priorities that would most help Tallahassee women in general? Funding, okay? Knowing about some funding opportunities, some small business loans. How can I tap into this? And I'm just going to say this, when you call different places to ask for funding, that professionalism of, okay, yes, I can help you, or even to be there, because sometimes we know with even those places that are trying to help small businesses, they may be an office of 1 or 2, but what is the system that they have to make sure that they can connect with other people and they don't get disappointed with, I'm never going to hear from them, that type of thing. And then awareness of opportunities. Events such as this, networking, getting to know different things that are going on, that's really important. The other thing that came up was access to healthcare. Okay, so when you call, specialty physicians or different things in town, it's like, yes, we'll see you in January of 2024. And you called in January of 2023. Or even having to go back home. LaTanya mentioned she has to go back to I hope I'm not telling your business. She has to go back to Jacksonville, to see her doctor. She tried to connect with physicians here to help she and her family, but it's like, you know what, forget this. I'll just go back home. It's easier that way. So making sure that opportunities are there for our students, that want to go into the healthcare field. And then what are we doing to keep them here? Okay, they come to school here, but then they leave. So what are we doing to keep them here? Oh. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're right.
She's right.
She said, that's funny. I don't know. That's why I came to her as I was getting out of a marriage. But okay, that's a whole nother story. And so my wonderful group that we had a student, I guess I won't say your name either, but Miss Lisa Levine and Emily, right? Got it right. So a couple of things, 3 things that would help you better realize exercise, building confidence, and connection. Again, connection with others that are in the same boat, if you will, who are trying to develop themselves and doing that. And then some helpful names were given out and tips were given out about how to do that, how to make the gym in the morning. But it's not hard if you're a morning person, right? As what we came to. So 3 priorities that would most advance Tallahassee women in general. Minimizing, most of this people have said already, minimizing competition, the Women's Wednesday, literally having a support for women and the businesses. Again, not so much competing with our sisters, but holding our sisters up. And so most people have said that. Again, a place to exhibit or share your business. Now, Miss Lisa back there, oh, she saves you your time. She will come, you have to have a delivery. Oh, she'll come and sit and wait until the delivery comes and bring you back your key at your office so you didn't have to leave or wherever you are. So Miss Lisa Levine, yes, here to help Tally is what her business is. And she was saying, being able to bartering, she brought up bartering, if she could get someone to barter with her to assist her in her web page design.
I'll do an errand, I'll do your
She'll organize your closets, y'all, your kitchen, your home office, the garage. Oh my. So Lisa is, and again, this came out of necessity. It came during COVID. She started doing it during COVID. So again, we just have that as women, just kind of get in there and take it and let's go. Let's move through it. And so again, she was saying, doing bartering would be helpful in Tallahassee too. Because we do. Yeah, she didn't have any money. She's starting out, just starting this out. So, some other issues that did come, housing, affordable. Let me put that in there. Affordable housing, childcare that was mentioned earlier as well. That housing, and I really would like to challenge some folks, some developers and folks in our community on this. Housing in all of these empty buildings we see downtown, around town. One I found out tonight, I drove past it, didn't realize. The Days Inn, was it, Emily? Is it? On Capitol Circle and Appalachia is now studio homes for some people. That used to be a hotel. Oh my God, it was in the 70s, a hotel, and it looked cruddy, like it was still in the 70s. But someone redeveloped it, reconfigured it. I don't know what the word is. It's general contractor. And now, how much is it? $1,100 of Altera.
For studios?
For a studio?
That's not affordable.
No, that's not affordable. That's not affordable. One more time, affordable housing for women and children and families, if you will, because once you take care of mom, the rest happens for children. Again, childcare, and then to teens. I think someone said mentoring teens. Someone had said that earlier too, that if we can do that and starting young with young ladies, this would be of help to Tallahassee. Yes. Hello. Hey.
So I think so.
We have Gina, Commissioner Giacomo.
Well, I don't,
Gina don't need that.
what I really think was cool about this group is I feel like we all answered these like personally from us. And that was kind of really neat. Not that we don't have some of the same things, but I think what the other teams and groups did was probably come up with some great ideas to execute for some of the things we came up with. One was one of the individuals in the group said they would like to have the opportunity to serve others. Now, I'm going to use the word sit on a board, lead something. She didn't say specifically what, but she was more like stepping up, looking for someone to step up and invite her or see her value. And I hope I'm not saying this wrong, and realize they want her to be on the board. And I think some of the things that you all came up with, or some of the networking and suggestions, are a way to infuse, when you do those, things like that would happen. People would make the connections. Another one was children also having events in like junior high, high school area, and having events about, especially, young girls, about what do I'm going to use again my phrase, what do I want to do when I grow up? What are areas and what are all my opportunities? And universal health care was shared in the sense that someone in our group would retire if the health care wasn't blocking them, and if they had the opportunity to retire because they had the health care, they would volunteer full time in our community. So there's some more of that. And then mentorship. Okay, this one, it was interesting. I started to write it and then it really, came through. But I basically, mentorship with either older people with younger, and we're talking our age group. Like might have been, I think Kelly was the oldest person. I'm right. You get the gold star. You already have. But about older people embracing young, incredible women coming onto the scene, whatever that is, work, play, or community service, and really mentoring them to move on and take their place, right? Invest in each other that way. And this was one of my favorite lines. Is one individual said that they would absolutely love to get what middle school and high school girls get, in the sense of like a career, and I'm not familiar with it because don't have a daughter that did that, but how cool would it be if you had it for like the next level of stage of your life as a woman, is what I walked away with. And then our 3 priorities: affordable housing, and not just affordable housing, but for the working poor, the people that make $30 too much so you don't qualify type thing. But listen to this cool idea. What if we had affordable housing, or even kind of affordable housing, and there was a system like they match students to live together, like 8 kids or young adults in one house, where they match single moms and their kids to live together in affordable housing. So how cool is that concept? And we definitely talked it. It came up through the whole stream of having things that build self-confidence, and everything that everyone brought out of great ideas. It builds self-confidence if we applied some of those. And then we just also talked about not just childcare, but childcare on shift work. And I believe that's pretty much what we did.
And Barbara, we'd be remiss if we don't mention Kelly Hardy as the first, the oldest woman. Kelly was the Miss Commissioner in the city. And I was on that first commission as well. But so whatever you're doing, you're stepping on what we started.
Yeah. So Pam, why don't you come sit right here? And Kelly, why don't you come sit right here? No, you can't do that. Please. Come on. Come on. So, I mean, I think that's a good time, because I always like to say, Pam, to me, she's the mother of all women in Tallahassee. I love that. And Kelly, you've just done everything. Thank you. You too. No, it's wonderful. And I mean, I really love, like, just all the input that everybody's having. And I mean, just talking about some of the ideas, like, one of the things, like, you do at Domi Station is something called Lean Startup Model. I hope everybody looks that up, Lean Startup Model. But it's like, you can have an idea and you can create some effort or do some work on that idea. It may work, it may not work, but it's okay to try. Because there's so many things that we can build and try. You know, we might, some things might work, some things may not work, but, and then I also like talking about collaboration. That's killer. Collaboration is key. But also talking about cross-generational mentoring. So if the 3 FSU students, which again, I want us to have FAMU and TCC too, but the 3 FSU students, I promise they have every bit to offer us as we have to offer them. Because I know talking with students, they really like some help with figuring out what they're going to do with their life. You know, is that true?
Yes,
I
when
hear
the
that a-
college bubble bursts, you're like,
Yeah.
and now.
It's just trying to really think of that next move. But I mean, they're so brilliant. They have such a wealth of information to share, you know, cross-generationally. So, I mean, I just know there's so many things that we can accomplish by working together. And I look forward to it. And I look forward to supporting the Commission on the Status of Women and Girls and OASIS and, you know, anything that, you know, moves us all forward together as women. There's so much we can do. So is there anything else you want to say, Tamara?
I just want to give our commission a round of applause.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you
Yes,
did a
very
great
much
job.
so.
The discussion was electric. I mean, the energy in the room has been great. I think we could have gone longer, but we are all, I know I need bedtime pretty soon. I'm pretty tired. And we did this at the end of the day. We did this in the evening. I know some people have said, well, I can't make it to Women Wednesdays in person during the day each week. But every first Wednesday, we're here in the evening from 6 to 8. So we are trying to be as accessible as possible to as many women as possible. And remember, a lot of the things that we talked about today, that is the goal of Women Wednesdays, that collaboration piece, that education piece, that connection piece, and it all just being accessible and just not so serious. Like, come in and ask the questions, get the information, and let us know what you need from us as well. We're here to serve as well. We're all on staff together as volunteers because we really, truly just want to be a #1 city for women. We want women to come here from other places because they've heard about how great the community collaboration and empowerment piece is here in the city. So thank you so much for joining us online. I know we took a break and we came back, so make sure you watch the part 1 video, and this is the part 2 video with all the good stuff from the breakout sessions. Is there anything else?
Well, the
Barbara?
only thing I would say is visit womenwednesdays.com because we have a monthly calendar. We just have an amazing array of events for Women's History Month. That's what we're having right now. But again, everybody, any ideas you have or thoughts you have or things you think we can work on and do, don't be shy about it. What you think matters, and it really could be a game changer. So, you know, call us, share with us. I mean, we can do stuff. Lisa, you want to say something?
Some more ideas. We really need to get ourselves out in this public of Tallahassee. And if we could just find a place to go, maybe like once a month or once a week, and set up vendor booths and show all these women businesses and what we have to offer, and let the public come in. We're going to get it out there, advertise it. And I think that would really boost this group.
Well, that's a great idea. And
Yes.
again, keep them coming because if you know, people share what they want to see happen.
And
Yeah.
then you, Barbara, someone interviews. Talk radio, we've got 2 different stations here that interview different women businesses all the time. And, Dana Brooks, she has a TV show, she interviews women in business. I think you've been on that. You've been on that?
Yeah. The Empowerment Hour.
Yeah. They're pretty safe. Yep.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the things I want to say from the commission is not only for your volunteer, I'm pretty loud, but all of our commissioners are volunteers. They're appointed from the city or the county or from the group of 14 from themselves. But one of the really exciting things as we enter into this 2.0 is more community involvement with community committee members in our 6 dimensions. So if you're interested in getting more involved in the policy work or the activities that you're talking about and how the commission can make those networking initiatives happen. And Barbara and I were talking about this. I've talked about this with Kelly and our commissioners, but a lot of the times when women and girls serving organizations in the nonprofit sector or even just businesses, they go to events it's not specifically focused on women and girls. They're there representing their organization, but they don't get the time necessarily to talk about the issues and how a capacity affects women and girls specifically. And so that's one of our goals with the commission kind of moving forward. But if you're interested in getting more involved with the commission, we will gladly take it because we got a lot of work ahead of us. And like I said, they're all volunteers, these amazing women, experts in their fields doing wonderful things. And we're thankful for their dedication and especially coming out, after they've worked really hard. But you can find our information online. We are on social. Hopefully you've been noticing we have an uptick in social. We have an awesome intern from FSU that we are so thankful for. But we'd love to reach out or get to, contact us. I have business cards, and we also have our report from last year, or you can ask any of the commissioners for their contact information. So.
Yeah, and this really matters. Again, spread the word, tell people about our Commission for the Status of Women and Girls. They're really going to make a big difference in our community, just like OASIS has been for so long. So.
And they have been. They've been around
Yeah.
10 years and making amazing recommendations already. And now it's just the time to, I think,
Ramp it up.
explode and burst the bubble. So.
Yeah. So people have been doing incredible work for a long time.
burst.
Yeah. We'll just
As
keep,
Kelly
we'll just
likes
keep it
to
going. So
go.
again, thank you all, everybody, for being here. So anybody, help yourself to anything, stay in network. There's no reason to rush off, but we're just so glad you came
And
tonight.
big thank you to Barbara and Women's Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you. And again, thank you to the Women Wednesdays team who makes it happen and our members who help support us financially so that we can actually do something. We can buy some food, we can buy a cake, we can do some things and have impact. So again, thank you everybody for coming, and let's just continue the conversation. Everybody's welcome to stay. We loved you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.